There's a real reason why Rajon Rondo will have trouble with what he's trying to do now. When basketball players stop playing, they move on to other jobs. But something Rondo did as a player will cause him problems. His talent was so amazing that he got more assists in playoff games than Steve Nash and Steph Curry. But his bad attitude was terrible. People say Doc Rivers left Boston just to get away from Rondo. In high school, he would ignore what his coach told him to do. He'd say, "I don't care that you're watching the game. I'm out here playing and I can feel what's happening. So basically, I know better than you do, coach." And he actually did know better. Rondo might have the smartest basketball brain of all time. Even though he was a horrible student, he saw his classmates as people to beat. He studied math flashcards to get better than everyone else. But when it came to class, he was bored. His geometry teacher would catch Rondo sleeping, but then he would get perfect scores on tests. So the teacher thought Rondo was cheating. The teacher gave him different tests than everyone else, but he got A's on those too. Rondo spent 2 years at Kentucky College and got picked late in the first round by Boston. When they traded for Kevin Garnett, Rondo's job was in danger. I mean, he was only in his second year on a super team, but KG could see how good he was and stuck up for him. As a Celtic, Rondo became known as one of the best passers in the league. He wasn't just the assist leader. He had super smart vision and always knew where his teammates were. He was an old point guard who didn't try to score first, but he would dunk on people if he had to. He made the All-Star team 4 years in a row, made the best defense team 4 times, and won the championship in 2008. But his smart brain started to cause problems. But first, today's sponsor is So Rare. We have over 1,300 people in my private NBA league. You can click the link to join for free. It's in the description. But the winner of my special contender tournament, Blackout 66 Dude, won a $100 NBA gift card. But there's one more chance for any of you to win this regular season. So Rare is a fantasy sports game and marketplace with official digital player cards from the NBA. I just set my lineup and it's Brandon Ingram as my MVP with Jaylen Brown, Bradley Beal, Dennis Schroeder, and John Collins. But if you want to win that last $100 NBA gift card of this regular season, it's for week 48, which is coming up. But you have to join my special contender tournament. So use the link in the description to sign up for So Rare. Join my So Rare NBA private league. And if you sign up using the link, you'll get 20 free common cards to help you get started. Then you can enter a common pickup tournament. Or if you want a chance at prizes, then join the special contender tournament. Again, use the link in the description to get started today. He and Doc Rivers got in huge fights about running the team. It was so bad that Rondo would cry after arguments. One time he was ignoring Doc during a film session and Doc yelled, "Bro, watch the film." So Rondo stood up, really mad, and he threw a water bottle that broke the TV screen. He was one of the smartest players Doc ever had, but was impossible to coach. He was bored during regular season games, but got excited during playoff games. This gave birth to playoff Rondo. In 2010, against LeBron's Cavs, he scored 29 points, got 13 assists, and grabbed 18 rebounds. They beat LeBron so badly he left to Miami. But in 2012 in Miami, Rondo scored 44 points, got 10 assists, and grabbed 8 rebounds in the conference finals. during the regular season, though. It would take something really weird to get Rondo excited, like, I don't know, Lin Zaniti. Jeremy Lin took over the NBA in 2012. He averaged 25 points in 9 games and hit clutch shots. The Knicks went 8-1, but 5 games later, Rondo took that personally. He scored 18 points, got 20 assists, and grabbed 17 rebounds. But with the Celtics getting older, they traded Paul Pierce and KG to the Nets and eventually traded Rondo to Dallas. But with the Mavericks. His bad attitude turned everyone in the team against him. Rick Carlisle and Rondo had one of the nastiest in-game arguments of all time. Before the trade, Dallas was 19-8 with the NBA's best offense. After they got Rondo, they were 19-12. With Rondo playing badly in a game against Toronto, Rondo once again ignored his coach's play call. When it didn't work, Carlisle called a timeout and yelled, "I'll call the plays." So Rondo yelled back at the coach, who told him to sit down. But you don't talk to millionaire players like that in the NBA, unless you're Greg Popovich. Rando's backup, Devin Harris, led Dallas to a comeback win. But during the playoffs, Rondo got his revenge. He was so upset he quit during a game. He slowly dribbled the ball up the court and got an 8-second violation on purpose. That's awful in the regular season, but in the playoffs, Dallas was so upset. They cut him after that game, and his own teammates voted to not give him his playoff bonus. So he bounced around playing on 5 teams in 5 years. But now his teammates were the enemy. The Bulls lost an embarrassing game, giving up a 10-point lead in the final minutes. Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade yelled at their young teammates, telling the media it just doesn't mean enough to guys around here, and I want to play with guys who care. But Rondo went against them, saying my veterans would never go to the media. They would come to the team. My veterans played for the team. When we lost, they wouldn't blame us, which seems cool. Rondo sticking up for the young guys. But after they lost in the first round, the Bulls chose to move Rondo because the situation was toxic, which is nothing compared to how he treated Ray Allen. Ray taught Rondo how to be a pro when he was young, but as he got older, his attitude changed. In 2009, there was a rumor that Ray and Rondo would get traded to the Suns. So Allen called Rondo to ask if he would please just work things out with Doc Rivers and the GM. The plan worked, but it really offended Rondo. He held on to that anger, and then it exploded. Rondo yelled at Ray, "I carried all of you to the championship in 2008. The rest of the team said, "You what?" So Rondo accused all his teammates of hating him. His proof was telling Ray, "You told me I was the reason we were going to get traded." Ray said, "No, I was just telling you what I heard." But Rondo didn't want to hear that. He had made up his mind and he was furious. It got so bad that Rondo stopped passing to Ray Allen. It led to another argument where Rondo accused Allen of being jealous of him. And Ray said, "Jealous of what?" Stop lying to everyone. Everyone on the team plays every night instead of when you choose to play. So Rondo told Ray, "I'm going to get you kicked out of here this summer." Ray said, "That's no problem. I'm leaving anyway." They have not talked since that fight. Even when they have reunions of the 2008 team, Allen isn't invited because he chose to join their rival Heat. But every member of the team has forgiven Ray except Rondo. In his later years, Rondo got better as a teammate, and he was huge for the Lakers in the bubble, winning the championship. He helped teach guys like Darius Garland in Cleveland. but that was the last team he played for. This summer, photos started showing up of Rondo in class again at Kentucky, finishing his college degree. But rumors say he is about to join the UK coaching staff next year. It makes sense that John Calipari wants maybe the smartest basketball player as an assistant coach, but does he have the right attitude for that job? A lot of smart players have not worked out as coaches, but the number one problem is getting along with players and others on the staff. But why is a guy who supposedly became a great veteran leader and has a high IQ not in a locker room? Maybe it has to do with the most disturbing report we have ever seen from Rondo. Last summer, while he was looking for a new team, Rondo supposedly pulled a gun on his kids and their mother. The woman says at one point he was yelling and cursing at both children, asking why they were scared of him and basically holding them at gunpoint. She didn't call police, but instead called a friend to not make Rondo angry. She did file a restraining order, though, and he had to give up his gun. A lot of people are suspicious of women who make claims like this because they could benefit financially, but it's weird that she never made a police report. All we know is that the NBA said they'll investigate. That might be the reason no NBA team wanted to take a chance and why Kentucky hasn't officially hired him as a coach either. Either way, dude's got a ton of red flags in his career that make you wonder if coaching is actually the right move. One guy he did help teach was Austin Reeves on the Lakers. Austin thought that LeBron had a high basketball IQ. He was blown away by Rondo, and he is a big reason that Austin went from a skinny white kid to a Lakers star. Check it out.